The grand reunion of Forsyth Scouts has concluded. The men and horses gone home, the sites cleaned up and back to normal. But what happened during this commemoration will last forever. The culminating reunion at the Beecher Island Memorial Battleground south of Wray, Colorado, was a fitting end to the month-long events in Kansas and Colorado. Hundreds of Kansans made the trek across the border to join in the historic occasion. As men and women left their homes and communities to serve the greater good, just as they did 150 years ago, friendship formed between folks who might not have known each other before they were thrown together by this event. They bonded over the hardships of heat and trailering horses, farming and ranching schedules, and long stretches of road. Ardith Hendricks and her staff at the Wray Museum held a reception for descendants and others involved in the commemoration, and it was a lovely beginning to a busy weekend. The Beecher Island Memorial folks have been hosting reunions for decades, and their experience shows, because even with 2,000 attendees, everything was so well organized, and the location, of course, on the Arickaree in Yuma County, could not be more picturesque nor more historic. Thomas White of Cheyenne, Wyoming, again joined us to portray the warrior Roman Nose, and he was a big hit with kids and adults alike. He expressed many times how honored he was to depict the legendary figure, and how much he learned along the way. That seemed to be the common theme at all the events, how honored each reenactor was to portray one of the 50 fearless men. A special part of the events at Wray included a new monument dedicated to the 10th U.S. Cavalry, the Buffalo Soldiers, who rode to the rescue at Beecher Island. Reenactors and the Buffalo Soldiers Motorcycle Club took part in the service, and the song of the Buffalo Soldier sent chills up the spines of those paying their respects. It took the whole community of Beecher Island and so many folks in surrounding areas to pull off such an amazing weekend. Over the course of planning and visiting, we became well acquainted with board members Harvey Allen and his wife Mary and their son-in-law Jeff Hurlburt. They could not have been nicer or better partners in the whole process. These 5 sites, Fort Harker, Fort Hays, Fort Wallace, and the Wray Museum, and the battlefield, have forged a friendship that will serve all our communities for years to come. As each of us packed up and headed home, we thought of the men who fought here, the men who died here, the years in between, and the healing that had taken place during these recent weeks. Thanks again to our major sponsors, Around Kansas, the Smoky Hill Trail Association, and the Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks, and Tourism. It has been an incredible journey.